And welcome in, everybody, to another great edition of the Sports Scene. And it's a very special sports scene that we're going to do tonight. This is the Midseason Rangers Report. Yes, the Midseason Texas Rangers Report for 2025. And boy, the Rangers, they have had a very weird season start off for them. They've had, everybody anticipated them to have a great offensive team, that it would be, just one great hit after another, and it just did not materialize early on in the season for the Texas Rangers. They've just now gotten around to starting to get a little bit of the rhythm hitting the ball, and they just won a series against the Western Division leading Houston Astros down in Houston. That was big. That was big. But more larger than that is in the last couple of series on this big, long road trip that they were on, they started hitting the baseball again, and you started seeing them get a lot of runs. The Rangers pretty much lead all of Major League Baseball in one-run games, close decisions, and very low-scoring affairs, 2-1 losses, 3-2 losses, 1-0 losses. The Rangers have done it all, and they've lost a lot of close games in extra innings. And so very weird start to the season for the Texas Rangers, but you see them coming around. And more importantly, the big news is the Rangers pitching staff, one of the best in all of Major League Baseball. And we're talking about the starting staff. But in the last couple of series, you've seen that bullpen starting to come around a little bit and doing some good things. You've had some good performances from folks that you hadn't expected to do as well. And that's great because we've even got a couple of pitchers coming back towards the later end of the season. You've got some young arms that have been showing a lot of promise. So the Rangers have been getting a lot of good vibes from their pitching staff, and they'll need to continue that moving on throughout after the All-Star break and moving on throughout the rest of the season. So let's get right to it. What does the divisions look like? Well, your Texas Rangers are in third place in the American League West. That's where they finished last year in that season, which was a major letdown after a World Series win in 2023. Now, the Astros are leading that division, and the Mariners are in second place, 5 games out of first place in the American League West. The Rangers, 8.5 games out of the American League West. They are 48-49 on the season, and they start their second half of the season this coming Friday at the Central Division leading Detroit Tigers, and that series is going to be very, very important and should set a tone for the Texas Rangers. More importantly, they're going to be at home, and this is the time that the Rangers need to make that ballpark their place to just stand out. And we've seen it before. It can happen again, folks. I'm very optimistic about how the Rangers are going to go. Now, more importantly, they're only 3.5 games out of the wild card race. Your wild card standings right now, if the season ended today, the Yankees would get the first wild card spot, the Red Sox the second, and the Mariners, who are in second place in the West, they would get the third. Standing out would be the Rays at 1.5 games out, the Rangers at 3.5 games out. So the Twins are 4, as is the Angels. The Cleveland Indians are 4.5, and the Kansas City Royals are also 4.5 games out of first place. In the East, the Blue Jays lead that division. The Blue Jays lead that division over the Yankees by 2 games, the Red Sox by 3, and the A's by 5.5. Now, I told you what the West and the East was. In the Detroit, I mentioned that Detroit is leading the Central Division. Minnesota is 11.5 games out of first place. Detroit's going to run away with that division. Kansas City and Cleveland are both 12 games out of that division, and they are going to contend for a wild card spot. They feel like their young teams should be able to contend for a wild card spot this season. Notice that I didn't mention Baltimore, the A's, or the White Sox. And where are the Red Sox? Well, right now they would be in the wild card spot. They're 1 game out of the wild card. They're 1 game. They're +1 in the wild card running, and they feel like they can hold on to it. But they've got the Blue Jays and the Yanks to contend with a lot of divisional games coming up. Red Sox could look to do some things, to add some things to their players. And what's what we're going to talk about next, because I've got a list here. Yes, that's right. I got a list. I got a list of some free agent acquisitions that you can see. Are the Rangers going to be buying or are they going to be selling? And I've got them doing a little bit of both. I got them kind of trying to help their team go on to the next level. At first base, Berger has done a great job at times, and then he's done not so great of a job, hitting the ball. Defensively, really, really solid at first base, but offensively, a little bit lacking at times. I don't really want to get rid of Berger. I want to keep him around. I want to platoon him a little bit. But the player that I want the Rangers to sign, I want them to go after this guy in free agency, or not free agency, but in the trade, during the trade deadline. I want to see him go after Ryan O'Hearn. He is and I'm going to put him up here. This guy is something else. He is a hard-hitting first baseman, DH. You could platoon him and Berger at DH, kind of like what they do with Heim and Higosiaka, the two catchers. You could actually give Heim and Higasiaka the day off. I've seen them have one of them catching and the other one DHing at times. I don't think that's a great solid way with a catcher. You want catchers to have days off, rotate them like they've been doing, and I think that both of them offensively would produce better. And I think signing this guy would be a big step up for the Rangers. He would become your everyday starting first baseman, and then when he needs a day off from the field, you put him at DH. I mean, it would be that simple. Pretty much what they're doing with their catcher right now. And let me tell you about Ryan O'Hearn. He's making $8 million here in 2025. He's with the Orioles, as you see there, Baltimore, who's not going to make the playoffs this year. He will be a free agent at the end of the season. He is batting .295 with 11 home runs, 10 doubles, and 11% walk rate with a 16.3 strikeout rate. This guy is a solid player at the plate and can get some things done. And, oh, by the way, did I mention he plays a very solid first base? This guy is one that I would be charging at to get. And sticking with that same team, here's another guy I would look at getting. Yes, Gregory Soto, left-handed pitcher for the Orioles right now, $5.35 million this year, a free agent again at the end of the season. These are two guys that you could probably get Baltimore with good free agents. Good minor league players, trading it out. Maybe some cash considerations, or maybe you move some current players with a prospect or two. This is a good way to help your team get better real quick for a strong playoff run. Let me mention another one because I really like this guy. I think we need to help our outfield a little bit, and this guy right here could do it. I really like this player. Been watching him all season long. Wainer Abreu. He is with the Red Sox. He's controllable for 4 years. That's what I like about him. If you get this guy away from the Red Sox, and you possibly could do that, you can sign him for 4 years. Right now, he's hitting 17 home runs with a .261 batting average, and that's only in 76 games. He's been platooning a lot. The Red Sox could afford to move away from him, do some other things, and maybe pick up a player. Now, one player I feel like the Rangers need to look at possibly moving on from, and I'm going to really tick off a lot of Ranger fans right now, but there's reasons behind it. Let's talk about him. That's Adolis Garcia. That's right, El Bombay, playing right field. Solid right fielder, good defensively, good everyday bat, and he is streaky as streaky can be. He's hit 13 home runs this season and a .232 batting average. He plays really well in Boston too, so that could be intriguing for Boston to do something with him. He's $9.25 million for this year and arbitration eligible at the end of the season, and that's why I think you should move on from him. He started to decline. He's not the same player in 2023. You've seen some declining in him. Sometimes his focus is lacking, and by focus, I mean I have seen him at times like the other night. He hit a double, should have been a triple on the throw back in because he didn't hustle. He was over there celebrating as he was going down the baseline. And I know players get excited and they do stuff like that, but it's just, to me, it's just too much. So those are the players that I feel like the Rangers should be taking a look at, improving at. I think they need to improve at that first base DH position, move away from DHing a catcher and playing a catcher and flipping and flopping them. I just don't think that's a great idea. Let's talk about some positives. Now, the Rangers have some great positives. DeGrom. DeGrom is an all-star this year, very well deserving. He's all the way back, as they say. And he's got 113 strikeouts, a 2.32 ERA. This guy coming off major injuries and coming back in, and we want him to. And they have been very cautious with him, not trying to over pitch him and that sort of thing. Solid starts. His last several starts, he's had a solid season all around together. DeGrom, Eovaldi, 1.58 ERA for the first half of the season. That's right, 1.58 ERA for the first half of the season, 94 strikeouts. Why is he on the All-Star team? Well, he pitched that last game for the Astros, against the Astros, and won it, by the way. And I think the Rangers kind of got a little bit of bias against them in the All-Star selection. Corbin with 74 strikeouts, been solid all season. Great pickup there. Mahal has a 2.34 ERA. Leiter with 69 strikeouts. When I saw that stat, I can't believe it because he's been in the minors most of the season this year. When he's come up, he's made a good run of it here of late. Leiter's been doing great. Rocker has had some starts coming in. John Gray is just about ready to rejoin the team, folks, and I think John Gray is going to be a big pickup. Now, will they try to not overpitch him and move him to the bullpen? The bullpen, the Latz, Armstrong, Milner, Garcia, Martin, Webb, Wynn, and Jackson. You can say, to synopsize it, you could say streaky as all get outs because as a whole unit, they looked really bad the first part of the season, of the first half of the season. The second half of the first half of the season, they've looked pretty good, and at times have looked really good. So they've also looked really bad too. So the Rangers need to add something. They don't have a proven shutdown type solid closer. Could that be Gray when he comes in? Could it be? I don't think so. I think they want to put him in long relief. Could it be Wynn? Wynn is just mowing people down. Could it be, hey, move Leiter to the bullpen? I don't think so. I think him in the rotation. Now, when you get into the playoffs, you only need 3 starters. So who would that be? Would it be? It would be DeGrom. It would be Eovaldi, and it would be either Corbin or Mahal. Whoever's got the hot hand at the time of those two, I would go with. The others, they're going to go to the pen, and you could go there. But Soto, Gregory Soto, pitching now for the Orioles, there could be a name. He has closed games before and done a great job. There could be a name. So, folks, we want you to like and subscribe. I want to put that button up. You can like and subscribe our Facebook, or you can like and subscribe our YouTube page. And the YouTube page is The Sports Scene with the Wood Brothers. Go check it out. Like and subscribe it. We're going to be doing a lot of these real quick podcasts. More importantly, what do you think? What do the Rangers need for the rest of 2025? Who do we need to go after? What are some names? You can come up with some names. And you can also tell us what you think about the Rangers' chances moving on into the postseason, coming in off this All-Star break. Well, until next time, folks, God bless you. We appreciate you being with us here on The Sports Scene. And until next time, we'll see you down the road. Whoops.